Tonight we're talking all about glass cutters. Hi everybody, I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb. Welcome to the ARTyRV studio tonight.
Yeah, everything great. Hey everybody, welcome. Half the country's freezing and the other half is getting ready to freeze. So
we hope you're staying warm.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the ARTyRV channel tonight, guys. And tonight, yes, that's right. We are talking about glass cutters. This is just a few that I have that I had in my box, and we're going to talk about them because it's very important. Guys, if your glass cutter isn't comfortable in your hand and your hand is fatigued after just a little bit of time using it, you're probably using the wrong glass cutter. Yeah. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. I want to welcome everybody here to the ARTyRV channel tonight. And gosh, I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't sleep last night because I didn't have any Olympics to watch. Wow.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
What a closing ceremony, and what the past 2 weeks have been absolutely enjoyable to us.
I know. It's been a fun week. I hope you guys got to watch the Olympics because the Americans did phenomenal.
We did. And hey, we got another window in for the door this week, and I'm going to lean over and let you see that corner right there behind me. We want to thank Teresa for sending that in to us. That's really pretty. We got a sunset or a sunrise. I'm not sure, but it's beautiful.
I have a picture of that, close-up of that. There you go.
Wow, that's really pretty.
By Teresa Peters, and that was sent in this week.
And we just got it installed yesterday, so that's awesome.
Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you, Teresa. So we have 4 more windows left in the doors, and we're pretty sure that they're on their way. So, but yeah, so we got had a great week. We finished up the Merle's Inlet project on Tuesday of last week. Left out of here early Tuesday morning and installed the final window. Barbara posted some of the photographs from the windows
on the community page.
On the community page,
and then on the Facebook pages. I don't know if you saw, but we have added a Facebook chat page. A lot of you had joined. I think we have 133 members already.
Okay, awesome.
So
that's cool.
So you guys joined the Glass Chat, the ARTyRV Glass Chat group, and you can post your pictures. And for the first few months, we're going to be kind of strict about getting pre-approved, so we don't have a bunch of bots getting in there and causing a lot of trouble. And so just answer the 2 questions.
I thought it was a great idea.
Exactly,
make sure you answer those questions because those are the
only
important. It's only 2.
Just read everything and say yes, and then say yes, and then you're in.
And we'll check it out. So.
Yeah, and post your pictures. We've had some really awesome work.
We'll give a big. I was going to say I got to give a big shout out to Carol. Carol, I love your love the glass that you chose to finish that rose out with. And I mean, it's just awesome. Enjoy watching your projects come together. And I enjoy so many of you watching your projects come together. If you'll post them for us now on the ARTyRV Glass Chat page, it'd be awesome to see all of your work. And then also don't forget, Friday is the deadline for your viewer showcase, and you can send those pictures in to viewershowcase@gmail.com. Try to get them in by Friday because it's a big weekend, and Barbara wants to make sure that she gets everybody in the viewer showcase for Monday night. So.
Ray's in the house.
Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
How you doing?
I owe you a phone call. I got so busy Wednesday. I didn't forget. I just got so busy. So I will give you a holler, my friend. I owe you a phone call.
How do you get to the community page for Facebook? For the community page on YouTube, you go to our YouTube page, the ARTyRV Glass Studio page, and you'll see community in one of the tabs up at the top. And you can, our puppy is whining like she's...
she might need an oinker, Mommy.
She might need a treat or something, Daddy. I might go get her a treat or something.
But she'll be okay.
She'll be okay. You'll be all right.
She's doing really well. She got her a new... go ahead, Barb. Tell them how to attach themselves to the community page.
So go to the ARTyRV.
I'm sorry.
Go to the ARTyRV Glass Studio page, and at the top you'll see a tab that says Community. And if you're a subscriber, you can join the community. You don't have to be a member. Also on Facebook, you can join the Facebook if you don't do YouTube community page and things like that. If you're on Facebook more, join the ARTyRV Glass Chat group, or the Glass Chat page will take you to the Glass Chat group.
Ooh, that's over my head.
I don't know,
guys.
me too, but we're there.
We're there.
Look for
right?
us.
Yeah, we're there. So, and that's awesome. So everybody that join the chat, the Glass Chat page. That's awesome. And I want to give a big shout out to the ladies for the lead light class that we had this weekend. Had a great time. Everybody had a good time. They finished their project this weekend, and just want to give a big shout out to everybody, and hope everybody made it home safe. So. Give a big shout! Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because right into bad weather.
Yeah, well, the Elena and her husband are flying into Connecticut today, so I don't know if they even left Myrtle Beach today. So
I'm not sure.
I want to say I hope you guys I'm sure you'll get home safe, but it may be delayed. And then Kathy and Nikki, who were driving back to Ohio, the storm should be far to your right, and you guys should have had a nice 10-hour ride today, I hope. So thank you again for coming down to take the class with Barbara and I. I had a wonderful time. You guys are super, and we'll be in touch, and we'll be doing more business together soon. Thank you again, guys.
Yes. So we meet all kinds of nice people from all over the country that have all kinds of different things going on. It's amazing what everybody has a specialty,
right, and that you don't even realize.
And what people are doing. So that's really
it was a really fun,
interesting weekend.
Yeah, it was a very interesting weekend. So and quite a productive weekend, actually, I thought. So
Carol, I'm trying to keep. Carol said I must be busy managing all these pages. Yes, and I'm trying not to make it too unmanageable.
Too difficult.
Difficult. I'm trying to streamline that. But I had a lot of requests, We got that Facebook page, that group page. And I'd have had other requests from other people if we could have some type of group page, and I wanted to make it available.
Right, to everybody.
And, so I hope we can keep it manageable.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to. Well, I don't know.
I think if we all work together,
right.
We all know each other, we all know what we're not going to get controversial on our page. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. So
and if you want to critique, you must be kind. So that's all I got to say.
Kind to critique.
Kind critiquing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Carol said, "Good luck." I know. Yeah. I'm going to need it, Carol. Because I know somebody's going to come in there and try to call or stir up some trouble, but what can you do? Facebook is a little bit harder to manage, I know.
Yeah, but it's good.
So,
but it keeps us in touch with our viewers.
Yes.
And our subscribers, and I think that's important. And Carol, I actually said the same thing to her. So I know.
Maybe I've jumped in too deep.
No, but I think we're okay, because you guys know pretty much a lot. If you watch our channel all the time, you guys know the nuts and bolts of us, and we're not nuts, we're more bolts. So we appreciate it.
Okay, we have a lot of members here tonight, and I just want to say we have a new video coming out. It should be ready by Friday. It's a soldering video, so members, you get that first, and then it'll go out to the public in a couple days after that.
Yeah, so it should be good. And well, actually, it is good. It
may come out earlier if I can get it finished.
Make time to watch it, because it's going to take a little while.
And please share it with your friends. It's going to be a long video if you have to.
Right, but it is very informative, and it's all about soldering.
So. Yeah, we show you how to clean your soldering iron, and
well, you have to start from the beginning.
A lot of tips on soldering.
Yeah, so So Miss Mary's gonna need a snack-a-rooney
Okay, I'm gonna get her a
avocado.
snack. And do we have any questions, y'all?
Yeah, if we don't have any questions, we can talk a little bit about cutters, and then we're gonna see how they all work differently, and how, it just depends on what you have going on in your in your toolbox. I've been using personally. I like to use the same cutter all the time, and what I've found is the fact that Mary's going to end up knocking some lights over with her tail if she doesn't get out of the garage. So
Okay.
what we're gonna
Kelly wants to know.
Okay.
Does anyone know where I can find stained glass? Does anyone know where I can find some stained glass? The light caramel color is opaque, no ripples. I'd like to use it for skin tone, like someone that likes the beach.
Okay, well, something that's like a tanny color. Kelly, you can probably, Wismac makes that glass quite readily, and actually, you probably wouldn't mind using Oceanside's fusible glass, because they make several different tans, and they're a dense, a solid opal, and a solid shade. So I would look at Oceanside, and maybe even give Sunshine a call and have them send you a couple of samples so that you can get the glass that you're looking for. And remember, guys, Sunshine also sponsors the ARTyRV channel, and if they can help you with anything that you're looking for within your your glass studio, please give Sunshine a call and give them a shot at getting you a price. And remember, their customer service is top notch. So we want to thank Sunshine for being a sponsor of our show. So
thank you, Mr. Streeter.
And I wanted everybody to see that now the doors are getting full, and how nice that this looks. And we want to thank you guys again, each and every one of y'all that sent in one of these panels, and how beautiful it really does look, and how talented all of you guys really are. So thank you, Ray. I appreciate that.
Sounds a lot younger on the phone.
Huh?
Richard says you sound a lot younger on the phone.
Oh, hey, Richard. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that kind letter you sent today. We appreciate
Richard,
that.
Thank you very much. Boy, it was cold here today.
It was damp.
What, 40s?
Yeah, 40s, but we had a 25-mile-an-hour wind, guys, and now tonight we're supposed to be down into 18, so it's going to be, even in South Carolina, it's going to be a little chilly tonight, but we don't have the snow, guys, like y'all do. And
Kelly said she talked to Sunshine, and they're sending some samples.
Okay, good.
That'll be exactly what you're looking for.
It'll be what you're looking for. Yeah. So once you have, here's the thing, guys. Once you do get samples sent in from Sunshine, is they have the part number on them. So you have now started your own sample set. So you always have that part number, and you always have that shade of glass that you like. And now you just pick up the phone and say, I need a whatever Oceanside, blah 315. It's if it's going to be a tan color, it's going to be in the 300s somewhere if it's Oceanside anyway.
I know, it's so nice to cut.
And it is, it's so soft and very very nice to cut and work with. So.
Okay, I'm just going to look for a few more questions.
Yeah, so it's really nice. Now, Barbara's got the screen in front of her, and then she also has another laptop over to her right, and it's easier for her to see the questions when they come up.
I don't see any questions, y'all. If you have a question, just put it in the chat with a Q. Those of you that are new here, welcome to the ARTyRV live stream. We do this every Monday night at 7 o'clock. We've been doing it for a few years now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, we just want to invite you to come in and let us know that you are here in the chat, and just to say hi if you've stopped in the store. I want to thank everybody. Guys, I gave away some thumbs last week, more thumbs than I've ever given away. I had more visitors from the ARTyRV channel come into the store than we've ever had in 1 week. And so that was awesome.
The studios are real busy here in Conway, South Carolina with our ongoing classes. We also added a beginner class and a lead class. to our schedule.
For March and April. Right.
And so check those out. They're brand new. Also, all the new glass blowing classes for March are on the schedule. So if you've been holding off and you want to do that this year early, go ahead and get that schedule, because they fill up pretty quick.
Right, and those are scheduled for Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Yes.
Between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. And we squeeze in 5 individual classes that way in that time frame.
So
not squeeze them in. It's actually quite comfortable because they're almost an hour apiece. So
yeah, they're about an hour apiece, and you can make a bowl, or you can make a pumpkin, or you can make a few flowers, or you can make
a few ornaments, or you can make a vase.
So it's really a fun class. You can come back again and again and make different objects. And you should see the bowls they're making. They are just
the students
gorgeous.
They're really cranking them out.
They're doing a great job.
And they're doing a great job. So so we're going to be talking a little bit about some glass cutters right now. I have pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different glass cutters out of my toolbox, plus my personal. So that gives us 9 different glass cutters, Barb.
Okay, I have a question that just came in from August Drain. Hi, best cutter and tools to break thick textured glass. We'll answer.
Well, yeah. Well, what do you mean by thick textured glass? Just kind of, like who's the manufacturer? Is it just like a Ripple glass from Wismac, or are you talking about really cutting a heavy duty textured glass from like maybe Bullseye or somebody? Or
okay.
So just answer those few questions, and then we can talk a little bit about it, because there are. What happens when you cut here? The biggest thing the biggest mistake that people make about cutting textured glass or thicker glasses is they change the pressure on their glass cutter, and you should not do that. Your glass cutter pressure when you're scoring glass, your pressure on your glass cutter should stay the same as it does when you're cutting 3mm or 1/8" glass, as it does when you're cutting 1/4" glass, and as it should when you're cutting something like 10mm, which is 3/8 glass. So I use the same glass cutter, my friend, on all of those glasses, because that's the only cutter I keep in my pocket while I'm at work. And I use that cutter for everything. I cut all my stained glass windows with my personal glass cutter. I cut tabletops with the same cutter. And I also, everything that I cut in the shop, I use the same cutter. So it's not really any different as far as cutting or scoring the glass. It's more in how do you break it correctly after scoring it. So that might answer your question. Try not changing the pressure on your glass cutter. So go to a piece of 1/8" glass, score it, feel that pressure in your hand, which should be about the depression of the glass cutter head if you're using a spring-loaded head on your glass cutter. Once that head depresses, then you should be able to that should be enough pressure for you to score that glass and break it correctly.
Okay, thank you, Ed. We have another question. Let's see. Renee said she still has her thumb from the first visit. Okay.
Hey, Renee, how you doing?
Dennis wants to know, what is the best circle cutter? I got one from Amazon and the suction cup is faulty. Would you address that suction cup?
Well, so probably what you need to look at is the suction cup probably has a little bend in it somewhere, or the other thing is right below the little flip thing that you flip over, that it will adjust. And if it's screwed down too much, the bevel inside the cup, when you flip that knob over, is already too far up for it to stick. So you need to unscrew it and make sure that the rubber on the bottom of the cup, on the vacuum cup, is flat, so that when you do flip the knob over, it allows it to form the pressure. And if that doesn't work, then you just have the faulty rubber piece on the bottom. And what I would do is I would send that back and have them send you a new one, because you're not going to be able to straighten that out. It needs to form a vacuum. And it sounds to me it's either one of two things. And the other thing, well, maybe three things, is maybe there's something on the bottom. It could be as simple as a piece of dust on your glass. Clean your glass thoroughly before you try to use a vacuum cupped circle cutter, because it will not stick. So just try those things out, and if that's not the problem, I would send it back and ask them to send you another one. Most circle cutters, it doesn't matter if you buy them on Amazon or anywhere, because they are good circle cutters. And most budget in your toolbox, most budgets are going to allow you to spend maybe $50 on a circle cutter, and that's a pretty good price. And some of your circle cutters, like if you were to buy from Silberschnitt, the Silberschnitt circle cutter is around $128, but it's a nice circle cutter too, and that's made by Bowl. So depending on your budget, what I would do though is I would make sure that that's clean, your glass is clean, and that when the lever on the top that you flip over is straight up and down, that the bottom of your vacuum cup is perfectly flat and not concave any at all, because that could be the whole problem. So check that out. But that's a good question. Thanks for asking it.
Thank you, Ed. And we have another question. Decane asks, I'm planning on using a gold mirrored glass for the skirt of a lady's ballroom dress. Any suggestions for working with the mirrored material? I was told to use clear fingernail polish on the edges.
And you were told correctly. But what you want to do, okay, after you cut that glass, is take some 220 grit sandpaper, which is very fine, and make sure that you sand that back edge of the mirrored edge of the gold mirror, or I guess if you're using like an ARTyRV from Spectrum or something like that, make sure after that glass is cut, because when you cut mirror, it disturbs that factory edge, or that sprayed edge that's done at the factory to give you the reflective characteristics. So what you want to do is sand the back edge. Don't grind it, because it's going to chip it. Sand it, and then put clear fingernail polish on it, approximately maybe about a quarter to 3/8 of an inch wide, all the way around that edge, and allow it to dry thoroughly before you put any type of flux or foil or anything on that. And yes, it does. It makes the mirror last a long time. But you have to sand that edge back and eliminate the chipping factor from cutting the mirror initially.
Okay, and I had a question. Let's see. I read a lady's recommendation on the oil-based paint pens in gold and silver. They don't run under the pattern piece and don't come off with grinding. I think it was Aristo.
Yeah, Aristo.
Aristo.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and then I tell you what you can do too is one of our viewers suggested this, and I haven't tried it, but it sounds to me like it would work. Is you trace your pattern, and then you run over top of it with a clear glue stick, and then the water doesn't affect it. It puts a sealer on it almost. So that's another way to.
There was another question about, does the screw go up or down on the glass cutter? That depends on the glass cutter. So Ed will be showing you the ones where the screw, well, there's only one that's different.
Yeah, there's only really one that's different.
And we'll be showing that in just a minute. And then, let's see, I had another question.
Okay, wow. That's great, guys.
Can you talk about what you will make and learn in the lead class? Also, do you have a source for your putty that's in your cement recipe? Yes, that's on our Conway Glass website.
Yeah, the recipe is on the rest. What you need is in the recipe. And it works good, and you're going to learn how to work lead came, and you're going to learn how to work on the light box, which is the old called the Old English method. And really, more than anything, what you're going to learn is how to cut your, and here's the thing about the lead cane class, guys, is make sure that you are really, you should be proficient at cutting glass, because the patterns that we use, they're designed to teach you how to cut glass, cut inside curves, outside curves, and stuff like that. But you should already know how to do those things pretty good to take the lead cane class. And then we do work with lead cane all day. And then actually for 2 days, we design the pattern the first day. We pick out our glass. We cut the pattern out the first day. And the second day, we fabricate waterproof and frame the second day. And in between all that, Barb brings us lunch, and it's awesome. So the lead cane class, the lead cane class is a great class. It's fun. It's 10 hours in the classroom, and I think that this weekend, from what I understood from the students that took the class this weekend, they had a great time, and that one of them said she would have just paid for the class just for the putty recipe, and that was a compliment. Thank you, I appreciate that, Nikki.
Kelly
That's awesome.
said it's the best you can find. Thank you, Kelly.
And then you know what?
And Paul, he loved it.
That's right. Paul has taken our lead cane class. Kelly has come out and taken our lead cane class. Not only did I enjoy meeting everyone that's taken our class and traveled to see us, along with everybody really. Barbara Cadwell came down and took our class. And so we've had quite a few of y'all come in and take our class.
Renee's here.
Renee's here, and so I can't really name them all. You know, I'm having one of those senior moments. But from the bottom of my heart,
Alan.
I know I am Alan. I got your glass cutter here from the Cobalt Buddy. We're going to talk about that one too.
Okay, we're going to move on to glass cutting, and then we'll take some more questions after that. Yes, Gardner, I do see that you were recommending Beatem pens. I misunderstood that for a minute, but yes, I see that. BETEM. They don't come off during grinding. I guess
that's
they're
good.
same as the Arista.
That's good. And you know, if you're doing lead cane, and you're marking your pattern like that, and that doesn't come off, that's great. You know, that works out good, and it's definitely for copper foil. You know, if you're grinding, and
Okay.
so that's really a nice way. I'm going to stand up for a second.
You'll be much more comfortable right now to stand up.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just want to stretch this in a second.
Okay, see? Now, we're not the same height.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
No, we
I'll sit up and then.
No, we're
we'll
good.
be-
We're good.
Excuse me, just
We're good.
a
I just
second.
wanted to sit down.
Let's just do this.
Let's do this. Let's look at what we got right here. Look at what we got here. So I have my Silversnet running pliers, which we don't need those. We're going to take those away. I have my Lepinet breaker pliers. Now, we have some things coming up with these pliers. If you don't have a pair of these, you might want to get them for your toolbox. They're really a nice pair of pliers. And they're a breaker plier, not a grouser. And your grousers,
Excuse me.
of course, your grousers are your breaker grousers. These are breaker grousers, so we'll use those. But really, guys, more than anything,
Thank you, Valerie.
Thank you, Valerie. We're going to talk a little bit about glass cutters, and I'm gonna just slide over. So I will try not to make any noise. Oh, Valerie, thank you so much. We appreciate that. And yeah, so Renee, you and Terry plan on coming to see the new studio when you guys come down in April. So, and anybody that comes in, we can try and work out where we can get you over to the new studio. So here we are. We're going to be talking about some cutter. These are the two cutters that I prefer to use here in the studio while I'm with you guys. This is the Silversnet 2000. This glass cutter is really nice because it has a little place for your index finger to hold on. And when I turn that sideways, you can see exactly how that glass cutter should be held. And you see my middle finger is down here on the head. Now this head is much wider than this head right here. And this, y'all, this is the Silversnet 4000. This is the glass cutter that the screw goes away from you instead of towards you. And it's simply because of the angle on the cutter head allows you to come off of the glass without breaking the glass. So these are the two Silberschnitt cutters right here, okay? And what I found is the next cutter that we're going to talk about, and we're going to cut some glass too, but the next cutter we're going to talk about is more of a cutter aid than a cutter, and that is the afterburner. This is a handle that you attach to a pencil grip glass cutter when you don't have a lot of strength in the bottom of your hand. And now this, the afterburner, allows you to use the strength from here to here, right there to there. That's what this allows you to do, and this is how it fits. Now this is, yes, this is the cutter handle and the cutter head that comes with the afterburner when you order it, okay? And you can adjust this to fit in here like this, and then this attaches, tightens itself right up just like this, just like that. And now you have, this is the way this is held. You have the usage, if this were a piece of glass, see, you can push down just like that. And now you can cut this by using this pressure right here. Now your pressure goes from here to here instead of only what you can push down here. And a lot of times you lose all of this because this isn't working correctly. It's something, guys, it's something that happens to all of us. And I've noticed that if you work with your glass cutter for, say, maybe an hour, and in that 1 hour, your hand is quite fatigued, then guys, you're using the wrong glass cutter. Your hand should not be fatigued after cutting glass. Your hand, you should try to get a glass cutter that's going to relax your hand. Now this is the pistol grip glass cutter. The pistol grip glass cutter is designed, it's ergonomically designed for people that have a weaker wrist area. And this right here, but this, you're only using this much of your hand here. So, and this is a good glass cutter. This is a perfect glass cutter for those of you that feel as if you need to be using this. And a lot of you use this glass cutter. They sell a lot of them, and people that buy our toolkits from us, they enjoy this cutter as well. But guys, one cutter isn't enough for your toolbox, okay? So I've had some cutters that have been sent to me. This one, for instance, this one, I am Alan, one of our viewers for a long time and our member of ARTyRV fan club, and I want to thank you for that, Alan. But I want to thank you for this cutter too. So this is Cobalt, and we all know that Lowe's home store sells Cobalt, and this is a very interesting cutter. So you see how it's held. It kind of almost looks like you know, like a knife or something, but it's a glass cutter. So you can hold this many different ways. And it scores, I mean, it's really, depending on how you hold it. And this is bullseye, so it sounds like that because it has ringed models in it. And you know, this glass has already been striped and it is white and purple. But let's try that. So the Cobalt glass cutter works just like everyone else's glass cutter, but I promise you, it feels different in your hand, and it's a little bit different. Now I want to thank Paul. I want to thank you for this one of these glass cutters. This is one of the two cutters that you sent me, and I didn't bring the box, but Paul sent me these, and both of these cutters that Paul Mendelowitz has sent me were still in the box, and the boxes are probably 50 years old. So this is your basic glass cutter that we have all, well, I don't know that we've all used this. When I started in the glass industry in the late 70s, this was the only thing we had in our pocket. And when we lost it, we had to buy another one. Well, they were $1.25, but we had to buy one. But this cutter here, this is like the cheese daddy. And remember, guys, these little teeth right here on this glass cutter are there for a very specific reason. And that reason is putting that right there like that and pulling down like that. So if you're out on the job, that was what I found out was really the whole purpose of this being able to cut this and run these narrow pieces with this cutter is a lot of times, you know, you get sent out to a school or something and we're doing steel sash windows. Well, they're never square. So you cut the panes and then you have to end up cutting them down. This is a great glass cutter. They still work, and they work quite well actually. And so if you have that cutter and that's the only one you have and you need to use it, oil it up and go for it. See what happens. You're going to be really surprised. This glass cutter right here, y'all, this is the Thompson. This is the Toyo. It's got a Toyo TC9 cutter on it. This glass cutter fits right here in your hand, just like that. You see how short it is? It almost covers it up. Now, the one glass cutter that I would like to have and that I don't have, and it's probably just because I haven't looked for it to order it, is the little wooden handled glass cutter that has a narrow point on the end. The
hummingbird?
The hummingbird. And I haven't seen one, but I'm going to get one. So, but this glass cutter right here, even though you can't see it in your hand,
Robin has one.
It is a one, huh?
Robin has one.
I'll bet she does. But so the hummingbird, I'm going to get one of those, but I want to, this glass cutter here is great for patterns. This little bad boy fits right in your hand, and I really do like it. And you guys, if you're listening to the score, it doesn't matter what glass cutter I put in my hand. I don't change my pressure. I have the same amount of pressure from start to finish, whether I'm cutting bullseye like I am now. It's the same pressure. What in the world was that?
I don't know.
Here, put it right there. The dog.
No, it wasn't the dog.
Oh, okay, good. She's all right.
It was you.
So once it doesn't matter, again, guys, it doesn't matter. Just like when you're cutting, if you're cutting textured glass or smooth glass, don't change the pressure on your glass cutter, because here we are, we're using all these different glass cutters here, and I still have yet to change the pressure. We're going to use a different glass now, and we're gonna see something as we go across that as well. So this glass, if Magali's in the house, this is going to break her heart because I'm going to cut this up. And this is a beautiful Wismac. This is a Wismac iridized. It's orange and yellow, or amber, but the orange is in it, so it mixes it and makes it look yellow. So we've used this cutter. Let's try this afterburner here and see how it does. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm using from here to here with this afterburner, all the way up there. I'm feeling it right here. So that's got a nice feeling to it, and it really does do the job, I believe. And so that and again, if you're putting too much pressure on your glass cutter, you'll see it right there. And I don't know that I can show that to you because there are no shark's teeth. Let me see if I can get up close. Hang on. Yeah, see that edge? There are no shark's teeth on that. But let me get a piece of glass and let me put a lot of pressure on the glass cutter. And I'll use this one that came with the afterburner here, because it's not, I mean, it's a good cutter, but it's not something that I'm worried about if I mess it up. But if you're putting too much pressure on your glass cutter when you're scoring your glass, what's going to happen is you're going to get little flakes on your glass, kind of like flaking, click, 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 flaking like this. And then you're going to get these deep, almost like little teeth marks that go down the edge. So let's try it. Here we go. Oh yeah, see, you hear that? That's too much pressure. Look what's happening. Hold on, let me get this up here so you can see it. See it flaking? See it flaking right there? All right, let's break this. And I want you to, hopefully I can let you see the edge. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it or not. But I'm standing on that glass cutter. I'm putting way too much pressure on it. And then a lot of times when we're cutting thicker glass, it appears to us in our mind that we need to push harder because the glass is thicker to allow the score to go deeper. And that's not really, guys, that's not what we want to do.
Okay, 2 questions.
Okay.
Paul has a question. Does
Hey, Paul.
the afterburner encourage too much pressure when cutting? And then Robin wants to know, can too much pressure damage the cutter wheel?
Too much pressure can damage the cutter wheel. The afterburner allows you to put the correct amount of pressure on, Paul, rather than too much, because it helps you realize exactly what you're doing. And that having that afterburner in your hand, Paul, just gives you the right amount of pressure, but the pressure feels more comfortable. And I think you'll find that using the afterburner, if your hand becomes fatigued and you're trying to use a pencil cutter, I believe using the afterburner will allow your hand to become more relaxed and you'll get more work done with less pain. That's what I think. So I haven't shared with you in a while. Well, I have shared with y'all before my personal glass cutter. So let me show you my personal glass cutter. And then we're going to talk about the 2 cutters that we haven't used yet when we get back, okay?
Okay.
So, guys, this is my personal glass cutter here. This glass cutter, this is one of the original brass-handled pencil grip glass cutters with the original head on it that came with the glass cutter. And I've had this cutter in my pocket for over 20 years. This piece of, right here, what you see here, this solder around here, this is copper foil tape, but I use this cutter like this, and I'll show you how I hold my cutter. And this is how I've held my cutter for almost 50 years. And when I first started holding my cutter, I held the same cutter. I held it this cutter just like that, the same way. And I have not deviated from my position in almost 50 years. I've changed my cutter to accommodate my fingers as they've gotten larger over the years. But this cutter here is the same amount of pressure. No matter what piece of glass I'm working on, it's always there. And it always, I mean, this is a glass cutter. This is a cutter that I cut everything with.
Thank you, Renee.
Thank you, Renee. We appreciate that, hon, very much. So this is my personal glass cutter, and I'm happy to share it with you if you come down and see me. I'll be happy to show it to you.
Thank you, Renee.
And so now, but what I want y'all to see, this is the Silberschnitt 2000. This glass cutter, to me, is designed, I think this cutter is designed, because Bowl does a lot of different things, but I believe that this cutter is a shop foreman's dream. This is for the guy that works in the shop and cuts straight lines for tabletops and window panes and all that stuff. Listen to this. Boom. It's just a nice little glass cutter. It doesn't hardly make any noise.
And then that's got the breaker on the end of it.
Well, and it does, and that's what I was going to show everybody. So this is a cool little thing right here. This little tool right here is used for this. Hang on here. So you can put that out like that, and then you put this right underneath half of that, like that, and you push down, and this is your fulcrum here, and that takes it and breaks your glass. If you're doing like a longer, wider piece, and you can't pop it on the edge of your table. But this is a great glass cutter. I call this Silversmith 2000. I like it for straight lines, okay? So I keep my Silversmith. I keep my Silversmith 2000. I keep it in its cradle, and I keep it put away. So now let me share the Silversmith 4000 with you. The 4000, the screw on the head should be towards you, not away from you. And because of this cutter is designed just that way.
Yeah. So
we can take this cutter and again, guys, I do not change my pressure no matter what cutter I'm using.
Magali's getting stressed out about that iridized glass.
Is she? Oh, I'm sorry, Magali.
Did you hear me? Said he's sorry.
I did. I can't see where I am. Hang on, there I am.
You cutting another piece?
I'm just cutting right next to it. I couldn't see where I was, but now I see where I am.
Oh.
There I am. Okay.
Okay.
I just cut right beside, just couldn't see where I was.
Okay, Ed, that's enough.
Anyway,
put it away.
This is going in a box. Magali, I'm going to put this away to a brighter day. But I really did. I brought some these different cutters, y'all. You really should try to have more than one cutter in your toolbox, because you're going to find that one cutter works better for you than another cutter. Now, and there are many different cutters out there. So depending on the size of your hand or how much strength you may have in your wrist, maybe you've had carpal tunnel surgery, right? In the center of your wrist or something. That also may come into play with what glass cutter that you want to choose. So just kind of think about that. And like I was telling the girls this weekend, when you're doing lead cane work, they were like, "Oh man, when you pull the glass into the lead cane, the tips of your fingers get hurt." So what I recommend, if you're going to do lead cane work and you do a lot of it, and I do, what I suggest you do is tape the tips of your fingers with duct tape, and it stops a lot of things, because sometimes when you're doing lead cane, you're not grinding every piece of glass, so you may have a flare and they'll pop you one time. But guys, if you have duct tape on your fingertips, yeah, you're not going to be getting a lot of blood all over your pattern either. So,
new member Alicia.
Hey, Alicia.
Welcome to the ARTyRV fan club. We had 2 questions that came in. Let's see. Now, what's the name of your personal cutter? It's a Toyo TC10. So we had 2 people asking about
the Toyo TC10. That's my personal glass cutter. It's a Toyo brass handle cutter. And this cutter is going to run you about probably $40, $39 and some change, whatever. I promise you guys, you really never, it's like anything else. Your tools can make you a breaker. So the nicer your tools are, the longer they're going to last, and the better your work is.
Okay, another question, newbie question, but when do you know your cutter head needs replacing?
You really don't know. Let me tell you what happens to the majority of glass cutters. For people that are just starting to cut glass, the reason your glass cutter doesn't work are probably, number one, you've dropped it, and that has put a ding in the, even though it's carbide, it's really tough. If you drop it, there's always that chance it could put a ding in there and give you what's called a skip. And you will hear a skip, and the best way to try that and see if your glass cutter has a skip in it is to use clear window glass. And remember, use the same pressure start to finish, and sometimes you'll hear it click, 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 click as you're scoring your glass. The other thing is that your cutter head, y'all, your cutter head can be dirty. okay? I know we all clean our glass before we cut it and put our patterns on it and everything, but I'm gonna tell you what, it's still dirty. And so you need to clean it. What happens with your glass cutter is you get desiccant up inside of it. You get just dirt in general from your glass because you're using cutter oil, and now that's going to pick it up and it puts it inside your cutter. So the groove, I'll put it here on this yellow, the groove behind the wheel of your cutter head and your cutter head itself, in between that is dirt, and that will keep your cutter wheel from turning correctly and rotating correctly. And when that gets filled up with dirt, and we have a video on how to clean your cutter head. Yeah. And thank you, Ray, for putting that up. We appreciate it.
Did he put it up?
Well, he will, but okay. Yes, thank you, Ray.
Cleaning your cutter head.
Cleaning your cutter head, man. I tell you, that it'll save you $50. Just clean your cutter head. And make sure, guys, remember, you don't need a whole bottle of oil in your cutter. What you need is just a couple of drops in your cutter reservoir, just a couple of drops. Because remember, there's a wick, okay? There's a wick inside that spring-loaded head, and when the head is depressed, that releases the oil from the reservoir, which in turn oils your wheel. And they all work together in synchronicity, guys.
2 more questions
Sure.
just came in. Samara says, I use a pistol grip. I bought a new one, and the head swivels. Is there a way to stop the swiveling?
The head, they all swivel, Samara. But now you can take and depress the head and then try and tighten that screw, and I don't know that that'll work. But see, because your pistol grip cutters are generally pattern cutters. So your pistol grip, and I'll hold the cutter head straight. Let me put it on the white paper so you can see that. Now, and this turns, see that?
Right.
That turns, and that turns so that when you're making pattern cuts, that's exactly what you're doing, is you're making pattern cuts. A lot of people, Samara, that I have seen use the pistol grip cutters actually will use both index fingers like this when they're cutting the glass, and see that head, not only, well, the head or the handle, one of them, they're pivoting off of each other. But what you can do is try and loosen the head up, push it all the way up, and then tighten the head back up, and that'll stiffen it up and stop it from moving if that's really bothering you. But every pistol, I've got another pistol cutter down here, and the head does the same thing. So I don't know if maybe your other pistol grip cutter was a different cutter, because this is a Toyo, and the cutter head does pivot on the Toyo pistol grip. Yeah.
So you just have to get used to it.
Well, use
it like Ed uses it, or tighten it up.
Or loosen the screw, push it all, depress the spring inside of it all the way up, and then tighten that screw up, and see if that'll help you any, hon. Yeah, see if that'll problem solve that. Because that's the other reason that I use the cutter that I use, and I have used it forever. I'm very comfortable with it. It probably weighs 8 ounces, probably half a pound, but it's really comfortable in my hand. And actually, guys, what happens with your glass cutter is after you use it a while, it becomes dialed in, and this sounds silly, and I'm sure that again, it probably sounds silly, but after using your glass cutter for many years in your hand, it becomes dialed in to your hand and to the pressure that you apply all the time. And eventually that glass cutter is the sweetest thing that you've ever cut glass with.
Okay, thank you, Ed. I have another question. Why do you break the glass from the end of the cut instead of the beginning of the cut?
Because that's the end that I finished on. And when I call that the hot end. Yeah, and it's another one of my little pet peeves, my little quirks that I have. And there's nothing etched in stone that tells you that you have to do it. But I will say this, if you'll break it from the end that you finished on, the chances of it breaking correctly are much greater than they are when you break it when you're at the beginning.
Peeve, though.
No, that's my little thing.
That's his little secret.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Guys, I've been cutting glass now for pushing 50 years, and plate glass or storefront glasses and everything, they act very differently than the art glass. But what I have done over the years is I have applied the knowledge from cutting much thicker glass to cutting thinner glass into patterns. And it all, for me, has worked and transferred over and became very seamless. And I sincerely enjoy what I do for a living. And I enjoy my techniques, and I enjoy sharing my techniques with you.
The hot end.
Yeah, break it from the hot end.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a hot end.
Okay, so does anyone have any more questions? We'll be happy to answer. Ed will be happy to answer.
I'll try. Barbara will answer them.
I'll answer them. Ed will answer them.
All of us can answer them.
Okay.
Guys, and we got a new member. I'm sorry,
Yes.
I must have been busy.
Alicia
Thank you. Welcome
Bob.
to the ARTyRV fan club.
Yes. Yes, we did.
Thank you.
We had 6 new members join last week, so that was fun. And we have a new video coming out this week. It'll go to members first.
Right.
The end of the week is...
So, guys, remember, Friday the 28th, we're going to have the viewer showcase. And
that's the deadline.
That's the deadline for Friday for viewer showcase. And we're also having the glass box drawing. Now, the glass box drawing is available to those of you in the ARTyRV fan club. And so all you have to do is just send to the ARTyRV@gmail.com. Just say, enter me in the box drawing, and we'll be happy to do that. And then
viewer showcase at gmail.com.
I'm sorry, viewer showcase at gmail.com.
Yeah. And that's right.
I'm sorry, I got it messed
That's okay.
up. I got all
That's okay. Okay. It's been a long day. It's been a long day.
Last week was a long week. We had classes 4 days last week.
I think Ed worked 7 days last week. Yesterday was his first day off.
And we enjoyed it.
And we enjoyed it. And we didn't get all the work done we wanted to get done around here, but we got some exciting things going on. So, every week is the new beginning.
Yeah, and it's a new adventure. So,
yes.
Guys, if we're looking forward to the rest of the other 4 panels arriving in the mail any time now, and we'll get those put in for you. We'll have these doors finished up, and then we have a question just popped up down there.
We have 3 questions that came in.
Oh my!
So, any tips for getting black polish off of the glue chip glass after finishing up a window?
You just take clear lacquer thinner and wipe the glass. It comes right off. You just take it on a. Yeah, a lot of times the best thing to do is just to cover it with painter's tape. But if you take and you just wipe it, you can just wipe it off with a damp paper towel and lacquer thinner. It comes right off.
Yeah.
Comes right off.
Robin wants to know, would compressed air work to clean the cutter head? Yes.
Yeah, blow it out. Sure. Yeah, because what it is everybody, we all know that they throw desiccant on between sheets of glass to keep them from scratching, and allows them to slide. So that desiccant, even though you're cleaning your glass, it ends up on your table. It ends up when you put your cutter in your cutter oil, and then when you score your glass, if you haven't cleaned it off correctly, it gets all up in there. It's kind of like WD-40 on your patio door. It just sucks all the sand in. And then eventually your glass cutter wheel slows down. And more than anything, guys, what it is when it gets dirty is the little piece of steel wire that goes through the wheel that it rotates on, that oxidizes from all of that stuff. and that's what slows your wheel down, and now it's dragging. And something else that I have a little thing about, guys, if you're having trouble with your glass cutter, can I have the close-up, Barb, just to share something with you?
Yeah, we had a question about the drawing for the chat, and that's for members, the drawing.
Yeah, the drawing for the glass box is for the ARTyRV fan club members.
And viewer showcase is
for everyone.
Is for everyone. And the deadline for viewer showcase is Friday. If you get it in by this Friday, you'll be in next Monday's viewer showcase. And Ray has that address up at viewershowcase@gmail.com. And go ahead, Ed. I'm sorry.
So yeah, no, I just wanted to say that when you're scoring your glass, your glass cutter needs to be perfectly at 90 degrees. If it's leaning one way or the other, it's not rotating on the wheel that's scoring the V in your glass. It's turning sideways, or you're dragging it or pushing it when you go around a corner. So please, whatever you do, if you're having a little trouble when you're going around a corner and your cutter isn't perfectly straight, this way it's leaning one way or the other, try straightening up your cutter, try slowing down a little bit, and make sure that you're not dragging, but you're rolling. So we've started that right there from the hot end, and now I'm going to go down to the cold side, and we'll run it back into itself. But guys, I tell you, I can't thank y'all enough for joining the ARTyRV channel tonight, and we've got some more questions.
Yes, we do. I have a question from Decane. Which side should you cut textured iridized glass?
On the smooth side, because if it's textured, you're not going to be able to do it correctly. And iridized glass, you cut on the iridized side anyway. But if the texture is iridized, then it's not going to allow you to do that. So flip your pattern over, and that'll help you out.
Okay, and Elizabeth Weston asks,
hey.
Hi Elizabeth, I'm making an Odyssey lampshade, the water lily, trying to keep my glass selections to Yakagani reproductions.
Right.
Any other suggestions, especially blues for the water besides Yakagani water?
Ouroboros would be really pretty. But also, you know, Oceana, okay, is really pretty for water, for the lily pads. I would use something mottled though. I think I'd stick with, if you don't want to use Yakagani, or Ouroboros, I would try using, just another manufacturer, because they're going to give you the look that you're looking for. And then of course, guys, Bullseye makes some of the most beautiful mottled glass in the world. So you might want to try that.
What did you use for the Merle's inlet for the window that you turned? Some of them he flipped back inside and outside. So he flipped the glass so that it looked like the waves were moving.
Oh, you know what I used on the background on that? That was a Kokomo, or a Wismac. It was Kokomo 70s Wismac match, because Kokomo hasn't made 70 in a while, but I can get you a part number. It's blue, green, cobalt blue, and amber, and textured, yeah. And
so he took some of them and put them one way and some the other way.
No, I know what I used. It's a Wismac 264L. Okay. That's what I used. And I'll show it to you. I got a picture. I got some of it right here. It's right here.
Where?
It's this, the 264L. But it was the blue part of the sheet. It's this.
Oh,
but it's okay. It's a 264L.
Is that textured? that
On the other side, it's it's
Okay.
the what I use for the water.
It's blue though.
Yeah, it's
not
blue.
that.
No, it's blue. It's
And
pretty.
anyway, some of the texture was out, right? And
Yes.
some of it was
I
flipped,
flipped
smooth.
it, yeah, up
So
and
it
down.
looked just like water.
It looked like it was moving across the creek, wasn't it?
So yeah. Okay, guys, I think we're at the end of our live stream. It's 8:04.
I don't know about
I
you,
think
Barb,
we've
but I've had a
answered-
good time
I
tonight.
have really had a good time, and I appreciate all the questions. I know Ed does.
And I hope that you guys learned a little something about glass cutters. There's so many of them out there. It doesn't hurt to own more than one glass cutter and try them out because I'm going to order a hummingbird because I want to try that. Even though I am just madly in love with my personal glass cutter and it's been in my pocket for a very long time. I'm going to try one of those hummingbirds. I want to try that, and I want to give a big shout out to everybody here that watches our channel and belongs to our ARTyRV fan club, and all of y'all that help support the channel because it's greatly appreciated. And remember, guys, all we have is each other.
Thank you, everyone, for liking and subscribing and joining and
Keeping up with us and coming to see us.
yes.
Thank you, everyone, for everything that you do for the ARTyRV channel.
Yes, and we will see you next week.
And don't forget, viewer showcase, and we're getting the box giveaway.
Yep. Viewer showcase and the box drawing.
The glass box drawing.
Viewer showcase at gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we thank you.
And everything we cut up tonight is in the box for next week. So.
Okay.
And then everything we cut up. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is, guys. This is all y'all's work.
So we're getting there. We have a couple more panels to go, 4 more to go. So deadline is March the 17th. That's St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
And
we'll look forward to seeing those last 4 holes filled. And
we thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week, Monday at 7 p.m.
Guys, thanks for all those pink, beautiful hands. Thank you, guys.